It's me, Weston.
I'm Marcelo.
And welcome to Trash Talk.
It's 2016.
Yes.
Whoop whoop.
Alright, so, just a little bit of a heads up. During Nintendo didn't really actually show off a lot. They were mostly showing off, Legend of Zelda. The new Legend of Zelda game. Which again, we're going to be covering soon, but not exactly yet.
Give it time.
We're giving it time. But they also did cover another game. They covered one other game, and it's for their 3DS platform. And obviously, it's their new Pokemon game, Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon.
It all comes together in an all-new Pokémon adventure. Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon. Available worldwide in 9 languages.
So, we do have a definite release date of when it's coming out. It's coming out November of 2016. Now, I don't remember the exact date. We'll have it right here.
Just flash it on the screen.
There it is. So it's definitely coming out in November of 2016. And, so they have shown off a bit about it. They had like a 40-minute demonstration. They were talking to the director and the executive producer of the game, Junichi Masuda, and then Omori-san. I don't remember his first name, but the director was Omori. From what I remember, I'll have both of their names on here.
Flash it on the screen.
Yeah, but I do remember the executive producer's name as Junichi Masuda. So. And they were talking about what they were planning to do with their game, and so we don't know how many new Pokemon are going to be out for this generation. But
the 7th generation, right?
Or, yeah, 7th generation. But we're also going to get some Pokemon from previous generations in here as well. From the gameplay, they had Ladybug in there, and I know Ladybug is an earlier generation Pokemon. I believe it's 2nd generation. Well, it's a 2nd gen Pokemon, so we're definitely gonna see more generations of Pokemon besides the 7th gen Pokemon because of what they did with X and Y. They kind of had all the Pokemon from that generation in there, so hopefully we can just see more of the previous Pokemon in there as well. So we also have the name of the region in this game. It's called the Alola region. And a lot of people have been saying that it's based around the Galapagos Islands, that region. So it's definitely a more tropical region this time around, and you can tell from mostly the starters, or is that it's going to be a lot more of a tropical region this time around.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's going to be 4 or 5 islands that you get to explore. And it's more isolated compared to other Pokemon games, so that's going to be interesting. You can just see, so, and then, they also showed off more of, they finally revealed the typings for the legendary Pokemons, for the legendary Pokemon in the game, and I'm actually very happy that, the second one, the Moon version, the Moon legendary, called Lunala, I'll have the names right here. I find it pretty hard to say. It's Luna and La. So it's Luna and La. See, I have problems.
Lunala?
Yeah, Lunala. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know why I had a problem with. And then the Sun one called Sungalio. The legendaries are pretty interesting. Sungalio is a Psychic and a Steel type, which is very interesting. I think we only have one other Pokemon that is silent, that's a Psychic and a Steel type, and that's Metagross. And we all know how beast Metagross is, so I can't wait to see more of this Pokemon. And I'm really happy that we actually have another Ghost legendary area because Lunala, I have a really hard time saying that name, is a Psychic Ghost type. Now that's a pretty interesting combination. I don't think we've actually ever had a Psychic Ghost Pokemon, and so this could be the first one of that combination we had. So that's pretty interesting. Unless we had that before, so if not. But this is definitely the second Ghost Legendary we have, with the other one being Giratina, which is a Ghost Dragon. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that we actually have another Ghost Legendary finally after Giratina. So, and they did say when they were doing the interview during their demonstration that the Legendaries are going to play a very integral role in this game. Pretty much, unlike the other Legendaries, they're going to play a very unique role that we haven't really seen in other Pokemon games. I can't wait to see that. So, yeah, and then from what it looked like, they also showed off some new, a new type of battle called Battle Royale, which it looks, from the way it looks, it could be like it's a three-way battle and stuff, and I don't know, it looks pretty interesting. I haven't really seen a lot of that, admittedly, but it looks pretty interesting, and I can't wait to see that. And also, it looks like customizable characters are back. That's something that I really loved about X and Y. Hopefully, they do more with that, where you can just go totally free reign with the customizability of your character. Because, again, I really like character customization in games. That would be so cool to see, just having more options to customize your character.
Yeah.
So, that's one thing that I'm very much looking forward to in this game. And then they also showed off some gameplay as well, like during the demonstration, like now for the first time since ever. Now for the first time.
Is this the first time they showed gameplay?
No, I think they showed gameplay for their other games before, but this is the first time where you actually get to see the trainer behind the Pokemon in the gameplay. And then they also did that with the NPC models as well, where like you're fighting another trainer, like, oh, a trainer has found you, let's battle and stuff. You get to see them in there as well, so you get to see their character model behind their Pokemon as well, and that's really cool. Gives you more of that. And then they also showed off, like, before, like let's say there's a trainer that's wanting to battle you, like before you head over to them, like the screen zooms in and gets all black and all that. So it shows you, oh, hey, there's a trainer that wants to battle you, and stuff's like crap. So it gives you like a pretty good warning before you walk forward.
Okay.
So I found that pretty interesting. And they also changed some stuff with the Pokédex as well, just to get more people to, like, you know, just to... The what?
Like just
Well, yeah,
How
no.
often do you use the Pokédex?
You use the Pokédex all the time, but they made some changes to where, you know, those people, like, you know, the catch, like just like the little catchphrase for Pokemon is catch them all. They did something to, you know, entice people to further collect Pokemon. It's like, for those that want to catch them all. What they did was, when you catch a Pokemon, it'll show you, not only the Pokemon, but it'll show you, like, 2 other white balls or 1 white ball, to show if, like, that Pokemon has an evolution. It'll show you, like uncleared white little balls and stuff. Like Pokeballs and stuff. And that shows you how many evolutions that Pokemon has that you haven't seen yet. So let's say if it has 2 over evolutions and stuff, then it goes 1, 2, you see 2 over white balls there, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. And then from where that Pokemon is, if it's down on the bottom left, that's like the first stage evolution. That's like its first stage. And if it shows you over here to the very right, that's its like final evolution. So you have to find its pre-evolutions. So I found that pretty interesting.
Speaking of evolutions, did they finally show off the evolutions for the starters?
No, they usually don't do that for like the starters. They do it until much later on. They usually keep those a secret.
Okay.
They pretty much most of the time, like, they'll show you like their first evolution and possibly maybe even their second. But they never show the evolutions for the starters. They like to keep that pretty secret.
That's something you wanted to see.
Yeah.
So you're differently interested. So.
Yeah, so I definitely want to see more of these evolutions. Most of the time, I either go for the grass or water type starters. I rarely go for fire. So I don't know. I don't really care. Like the designs are all right. They're definitely leaning more cutesy. But
they even said that in the presentation.
Yeah, they even said they wanted to go for more cuter evolutions this time around. But I don't know. I don't really care for.
Or just designs in general. I'm still thinking their third evolutions would be like super badass. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
There's an expectation right there.
Yeah.
But.
So I really want to see more of their evolutions, like so that way I can be informed about okay, what starter do I really want. So far, I'm leaning actually towards Rowlet, and Rowlet is the grass type starter. He's like the little grass owl. And that's because like he's grass and flying, which I found pretty interesting. Because oh hey, so that's actually really good for my team because not only do I get a starter, but I would also have a flying type Pokemon on my team as well. So that covers both bases. So I might actually go with Rowlet. But if I were to go with my second choice, I would actually go with Litten for my second choice. He's the fire starter, and obviously he's a fire cat, so I want to see more of his evolutions as well. And then the third one is Popolyo, and he's like the little seal Pokemon with red nose. I don't really care for his design too much. I mean, it's cute, but compared to the other two, I feel like his design is the least interesting for me, at least. So I'm definitely probably gonna go with Team Rowlet on this one. So when the game comes out, I'm definitely gonna get a Rowlet. So other than that, from what we've seen, the character designs look pretty good, and they changed the walking animations for the characters as well, and they made the characters a little bit more proportionate.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've seen.
Definitely more detail. Like I haven't really kept up on the. I fell out of Pokemon like the games a long time ago. Like I'm still remembering when they were sprites and all that. So
yeah,
that goes to show you how long it's been since I've played a Pokemon game. But I've seen snippets of how they've evolved by becoming a little more 3D, a little more whatever. The exploration. I'm not too sure how it's evolved, but I know that it has to have, you know, and. With the way they're looking now, like it's almost kind of comparable to something like the spin-offs like Coliseum or like Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That's much more 3D, and those were like back on the GameCube, I think. So like, there was a lot more to be had with the story and exploration and how much they can get away with, and even the battles. The battles were more dynamic from at that time. And Pokemon's just history, I guess you could say. And so with where it's at now, how that kind of look, you know. For what it's worth, is kind of the norm in the main line. It looks interesting, and whether or not I'm actually going to play it, I don't know, because like I said, I fell out of the games quite a while back, so I haven't kept up to date. Ever since I had Diamond and Pearl, they've started that kind of, no pun intended, but evolution from how it's played and how it's going to present itself and how it looks. So I've been out of the loop for so long that I don't even know if I'll be able to. So will it attract newcomers? Here's an idea. Will it attract newcomers in a way of you don't really have to have known much about the past games? Not to say that everyone almost reboots itself in a way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much, like say, Diamond and Pearl takes from whatever came like before it.
Yeah.
There's always two versions of the same storyline for what it's for it's worth. So will this adventure in these two games
Actually, a little funny thing about the Pokemon series, like especially like Diamond and Pearl and all that stuff, it kind of has like a Zelda-esque timeline. So like I think like Diamond and Pearl like starts off before the first Pokemon game, I think. So it does like a lot of weird stuff.
Because one of them, I'm forgetting which one, you'll probably know when I say it right now, messes with timelines and stuff like that. Like that's like the plot of one of the two. Or of the two particular games of whatever generation, whatever that is, I'm not sure. Was it like what? Not Alpha Sapphire and the other one. It wasn't that one. There was one. Was it Black 2 and White 2? One of them.
Maybe.
One of their plots dealt with timelines, and so where that game falls in the franchise's timeline, I don't know. If that's what they're doing, as a kind of thing.
I don't know. It's gonna be pretty weird, but it would be kind of complicated. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Oh, fuck. When I go to time travel, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's just Pokemon, guys.
There you go. Guys, catch them all.
So yeah, another interesting thing that they did was they brought back one of the legendaries from X and Y, and that is Z1 Zygarde. And the one thing that was very disappointing with Zygarde was his typing wasn't really that interesting, and overall it wasn't really that interesting in the game. So what they've done with him actually is they changed him up to where he has like different forms. They showed off like 2 of his forms. A 10% form where he looks kind of more like a dog, and then there's a 100% form in which he looks kind of like a golem creature. So that's kind of something interesting with him that I haven't really actually seen. So I think they're actually going to make Zygarde a lot more interesting this time around.
I wonder who's keeping track there on the team that works on these games at Game Freak. I wonder who's keeping track of of every addition to the Mythos, because there's forms, there's evolutions, there's mega evolutions, there's shinies, which I'm still super confused about.
Well, shinies are just pretty much like, there's this, it's kind of like a true thing with like breeds. Like sometimes you'll get like rare traits and stuff. That's basically what it is. And shiny Pokemon are just a little bit better. They usually have better stats compared to their non-shiny forms, and they have like just a different color palette. Some shinies look really, really cool. Some of them just kind of I don't know why they did that. But yeah, like some shinies just have simple color palettes. Like Ninetales for one, instead of having brown tips, he has like I think he has like blue tips to his tails, like blue tufts of like of hair. Like, sometimes shinies just do like stuff like that. It's like a change of the color palette, and I don't know, a lot of people go nuts for shinies. I've actually caught a shiny before, and I was like, holy shit. And shinies are really rare. Like, I think it's like 1 out of 25,000, I believe, or 1 out of 8,000 of a chance that you'll get a shiny. That's how rare they are.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't care if it's like a shiny of a crappy Pokemon. They'll still get it. Well, just be like, I got a shiny. What'd you get a shiny of? I got a shiny Psyduck. Like, oh. Kind of like.
So
yeah.
how many of the Pokemon, both original and for the newer ones, have shinies? Do they all have?
They all have shinies. Every Pokemon, like the first ever shiny was Brian Gyarados. That's the first ever shiny.
Wow.
So that was the Pokemon that started off the shiny trend. So
What game did that started?
I believe it started in the second game, Pokemon. Like it was second generation for sure.
Oh shit! So this isn't even a new
Golden
thing?
No, this has been going on since the second generation.
So I've not heard of it until now. I've not heard of shinies until
You have
pretty recent.
not heard of shinies before.
Until recent.
This has been an old thing.
Shit. See, there we go. I don't know. I literally have not heard anyone say anything about shinies or anything until pretty recently. So I thought it was a new edition, the same way that Mega Evolution.
No, this is probably like their first ever addition to it.
Wow. So Mega Evolutions are anything at least, right?
Mega Evolutions, they're 6th generation, so I'm thinking they're probably going to come back because 7th generation and Mega Evolutions are a thing now. So they're probably, I don't think they're going to do it for the new generation Pokemon, like 7th generation Pokemon, because they're still new.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is they're finally going to have like Mega Evolutions for some more of the starters, because all the starters so far I've had Mega Evolutions. Starting with mainly the 3rd generation Pokemon and the 1st generation Pokemon have had Mega Evolutions. So what I'm thinking is 2nd gen, 4th gen, and 5th gen, and maybe even 6th gen are finally going to get Mega Evolutions. But out of any of them, I'm thinking maybe 2nd generation, we're probably going to get Mega Evolutions of those Pokemon.
So per generation, now I have a question, do they all have? Or do particular Pokemon have Mega Evolutions?
Particular Pokemon have Mega Evolutions. Not all of them do. Mainly starters and then like some really, really powerful Pokemon
Okay.
Like Salamence, for example, which I don't feel they needed a Mega Evolution, because they're already pretty good on their own. So that extra 100, pretty much a Mega Evolution adds 100 to their stats and stuff. What I want them to do with Mega Evolutions, per se, and I've said this before, is that they should give them to Pokemon that would be really shit, but with their Mega Evolutions make some powerhouses. Like they did it with Mawile. Mawile, it had an interesting time. It had Steel, but Mawile used to be a crap Pokemon. But because they got a Mega Evolution, that extra added 100 points to its stats made it really good. So that's what I want them to do, or even better yet, add like, you know, regular evolutions to Pokemon that were crap and make them better. Because at least with like an evolution or even a Mega Evolution, it makes the Pokemon a bit better in a way that makes them more viable, get those Pokemon to be more used.
So expectations. It's kind of what you were already saying about.
Yeah, I hope they give Mega Evolutions to, Pokemon that deserve it. Not so much the Pokemon like Mewtwo. Mewtwo's already a fucking powerhouse. Did he really need
Mewtwo has all kinds of fucking forms. Like that dark, whatever, Shadow Mewtwo from Pokémon Tournament. I know that's not canon, but they do all kinds of shit with Mewtwo. So.
Yeah, because Mewtwo is like the first legendary that they have ever shown off. He was the first. And so a lot of fans really hold him to high praise. And then just hopefully we get more Mega Evolutions for Pokemon that deserve it. And I hope we finally get Gen 2 Mega Evolutions, because Gen 1 and Gen 3 already got them. Why hasn't 2 gotten them? I would expect them to do 2. But I'm hoping they also do 4 and then 5 and then 6 as well. But if anything, at least Generation 2. So, and I hope the evolutions for the starters end up being really interesting and all that. From the way Popplio looks, I think he's going to be more of like a performer kind of looking Pokemon from what I'm seeing.
Watch that be an intentional design choice for him to look the just dorkiest, and then like for a starter, for his first evolution, then his Throne's like the most badass. Somehow.
Maybe they've done that before. I mean, with
hilarious. Torchic, man.
Like Torchic was just like a cute little chick. I was like, okay.
And then we got Blaziken.
And then we got Blaziken from that. How do we get like?
I don't even remember this.
How do we get like a little chick from a karate chicken? How did that happen?
I don't even remember his second evolution, but everyone knows Torchic and everyone knows freaking Blaziken. So
like Torchic's like really adorable, and then like
Blaziken's just kick-ass.
Blaziken's is like I kick shit.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, so hopefully they do some really cool stuff, and then I'm hoping the story is really good. I can't wait to see the villainous team in this game, and I hope they do something really interesting with this. So with that out of the way, I'm Weston.
We didn't even do verdicts.
Oh, verdicts, that's right. Shit. I would give it 4.5 out of 5. I want to see more before I say that it's a really good game.
I'll get a 4 because with expectations, like I said before, like I fell out of Pokemon quite a while back, so I haven't played any of the games in quite a while. And,
you didn't even know about Shinies.
Well, I knew about Shinies, I just didn't know that they did it that far back. So I never heard. That's just because I never heard of that term being thrown around from that long ago. Like even when I was playing Sapphire and all that back in the day, I never heard of Shinies. I didn't know that was a thing. But like with the Gears of War thing, like I said in the other episode, hopefully for bigger Pokemon fans that these expectations are met. My expectations are for your guys' expectations to be met, because I don't really have legit fan expectations, because I might not really be playing these games. I don't really know.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing it. Me and my brother have already planned it out. Since I like the design of the Moon one, I decided I would just get Pokemon Moon, which actually worked out really well because he likes Singolio a lot more. So that actually worked out. So, and then when we're done with those games, then we buy the other one.
Nice.
So that way I can get a feel for that one and just how that Pokemon plays out.
Okay.
So again, really kind of not so very interesting typing. Well, at least for Singolio. Because again, we've kind of seen psychic legendaries before. Again, Mewtwo was a psychic. But again, I like the Psychic against Steel, and I definitely do like Lunala's just typing, being a Psychic and Ghost. We really needed more Ghost legendaries. That was like really cool. I'm really happy that ended up being a Ghost type Pokemon. So
Nice. So with that said, I'm Marcelo.
and I'm Weston.
And we'll see you guys later on the next episode of the Trash Talk Into 2016 Summer. No response from Weston.
It all comes together in an all-new Pokémon adventure. Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon. Available worldwide in 9 languages.